Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Last night, just after 1 a.m., a car collided with the Eastgate Manor apartment building. Lloydminster RCMP responded and found a white Dodge Neon had traveled eastbound on 50th Street and collided with the apartment complex when it failed to negotiate the turn onto 45th Avenue. Significant damage to the building and vehicle resulted from the crash. 2 males fled the scene but were quickly apprehended due to the quick response of Lloydminster General Duty members with the assistance of a police service dog. The Lloydminster Fire Department also attended to remove the crash scene hazards. The incident is currently under investigation with charges of impaired operation of a motor vehicle, leaving the scene of an accident, obstruction and mischief pending against the male driver. Students at Hillmont School held an important reenactment today with the help of local emergency response teams. The purpose was to teach the students what could happen if they were in a crash involving drinking and driving. Derek Braid was there and has the story.
Hillman was the location today of a mock collision. Students Against Drinking and Driving created a situation where alcohol was a key component of a fatal incident.
A Regina man who's playing college hockey in Wisconsin has been charged in the death of a fellow student. 23-year-old Jared Britton was arrested Thursday after Bradley Simon died in hospital. Police say the victim was pushed off his bike and crashed into a concrete wall after an earlier verbal altercation in a bar. He suffered serious head injuries in the accident. Britton is charged with being a party to the crime of felony murder. Britton used to play for the Regina Pat Canadians but has been at the University of Wisconsin for about 3 years now. He and another student, a 21-year-old Alaskan man, are expected to appear in court today. Lloydminster Charities were making the best of the beautiful weather today, hosting a slew of barbecues. The Autism Awareness Society set up shop outside of Superstore, hoping to take advantage of their high-traffic location.
Just to even have people walk by and ask, what is autism? What can we do? What are the warning signs? You know, the more questions people are asking, the more we can get our point across.
They were also advertising their Turn the Community Blue campaign, where they're encouraging residents to buy blue light bulbs to support Autism Month. Meanwhile, the Bank of Montreal was hoping to raise some money for the Four-Wing Military Resource Center. They are the official defense community bank, and the center provides support for military personnel and their families. Last January, over 7,000 residents of Lloydminster gathered to watch the Olympic torch being carried through the city. Last night, the city of Lloydminster unveiled a piece of artwork to commemorate that event. Jenna Bridges has more.
The legacy piece of art titled Ekakria will serve to both celebrate and remember the historic torch relay that took place during the Vancouver 2010 Olympics.
Welcome back. The NHL preseason is well underway, and action continued last night as the Toronto Maple Leafs and Philadelphia Flyers took their shows on the road to the John Labatt Centre in London. Second period, Leafs down by 1. Luca Caputi, he keeps working hard behind the net. His wraparound will fail, but the puck goes right to Greg McKegg, a beautiful name, and he buries it to tie the game at 1. Jump to the third, 2-1 Philly. Danny Richmond sends a wrist shot on net through plenty of traffic. It bounces off of Lloydminster's Colby Armstrong, who gets credit for the goal. It's now 2-2, and this one would need a shootout all the way to the 11th round. Armstrong again stumbles a bit, but he recovers nicely, goes upstairs, and the Maple Leafs win this one 3-2, and even though it's preseason, they pour off the bench like they've just won the Stanley Cup. Good for them. Let's go to Edmonton now for the long-awaited preseason debut of Taylor Hall. Oilers hosting Tampa Bay. First period, 1-0 Tampa. The other rookie, Magnus Pajärvi, with a slick move, misfires on the shot but still scores, tied at 1. To the second now, Dustin Penner will break in with the aforementioned Pajärvi, and Pajärvi will one-time at home and make it 3-1 for the Oil. Jump to the third now. Sloppy play by Tampa goalie Dan Ellis. He turns it over to Taylor Hall. That's the wrong guy to give the puck to. He snags it out of the air, scores his first preseason goal. Pajärvi would add another one for the hat trick. Edmonton dumps Tampa Bay 5-2 the final. The Lakeland Rustlers soccer programs kicked off their inaugural season at home a couple of weeks ago. Through 4 games, both clubs are winless, but as Aaron Streck tells us, they continue to improve game in and game out.
To play good and still lose, that's a win in our books.
Despite being 0-4 on the season, the Rustler soccer programs have been building on the positives.